Thank you. Once again, we are here on the House floor amidst a partial government shutdown. The bill before us isn't new. In fact, we debated this very same bill just 2 months ago. It reflects the bipartisan, bicameral agreement that Senate Democrats at the last minute failed to honor. Shutting down the Department of Homeland Security over a partisan fight hasn't changed the stakes. But maybe, knowing how critical it is to keep the homeland safe at this heightened moment, Democrats will side with reason and protecting the nation. No matter the question, shutdowns are never the answer. I know my colleagues think by shutting down the government, they are somehow punishing Donald Trump for winning the election. But President Trump is not the one feeling the pain of a shutdown. They are punishing the TSA agents who are working hard to keep their community safe. They're punishing FEMA employees who are trying to help Americans fighting through these winter storms. They're punishing the cybersecurity analysts at CISA who are combating constant threats to our infrastructure and electric grid. Hundreds of thousands of federal employees in critical national security positions are being forced to work without pay. Their jobs leave no room for error, but they're being asked to continue that critical work with the added stress of not knowing when they'll receive their next paycheck, not knowing if they'll be able to put gas in their cars or food on their table. A few weeks ago, we heard from TSA Acting Director McNeil at an Appropriations hearing. She talked about the impact of the longest shutdown in history, which was also initiated by Democrats. She told us about agents sleeping in their cars in the airport parking lot rather than spending money on gas to drive home because they couldn't afford it. Officers who sold their blood and plasma or took second jobs with what little spare time they had just to have money to feed their families. These hardworking families are just now barely recovered from the previous shutdown antics, and they are once again in the same confusing and undeserved position. Closing down or shortchanging federal agencies is irrational and irresponsible. This isn't something anyone should be proud of. It breaks my heart to hear of these stories. We know that shutdowns cause pain and uncertainty for the nation. Personally, I would find it unconscionable if my vote was the reason someone was sleeping in their car or if my vote was the reason someone couldn't pay their mortgage this month. This isn't a game. These are real people and real lives. In addition to the astoundingly negative human impact this shutdown is having on men and women who work for DHS, it's directly impacting our ability to keep Americans safe during heightened national security threats. In-person trainings at the National Fire Academy, the National Emergency Training Center, and the Center for Domestic Preparedness and the National Disaster and Emergency Management University have been canceled. The FEMA Disaster Relief Fund has a low balance, and the account will continue to be drained without new appropriations. Wait times at our nation's airport are already increasing as staffing strains hit the TSA workforce. There will be no new national flood insurance policies processed impacting Americans buying homes. CISA operates at limited capacity, with the majority of the workforce furloughed. Meanwhile, Iranian, Russian, and Chinese cyber actors continue targeting U.S. networks and critical infrastructure. While Coast Guard service members received their most recent check, civilian personnel are working without pay. Homeland Security investigators who investigate wide-ranging illicit activity like drugs and weapons smuggling, as well as human trafficking, are not moving forward. These limitations on our national security capabilities should concern us all. There's no reason to vote against this critical funding for our Department of Homeland Security at such an important time for our country. I urge all my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to vote yes to end this shutdown and to keep our nation safe. With that, Mr. Speaker, I reserve the balance of my time.